Today, I am going to do something a little different. But it's also going to be more fun at the same time. So, this I've been kind of wanting to do for quite some time. I just needed enough questions, and I thought a little bit about some of the answers, so I'm going to try to go through as many as possible today because I have quite a bit written down. I got all the questions here with me, and I'll be sure to keep it up on the screen as well. But anyways, welcome to the first Q&A. So, to start this off, let's see. Okay, here's a good one. So, the next celebrity I want to meet. There's like endless options who I want to meet. Like, there's so many people I want to meet. There's a lot of people I've already got to see at Comic-Cons and such. But if there is one person I haven't got to see and I want to see eventually, I would like to see Chandler Riggs. He's, about my age, I believe. It's nice to see celebrities. Personally, it's nice to see celebrities kind of like my age. I guess to see them make it this far in their life and have this kind of like fame and such, and just kind of like to be on such a popular show and be a memorable character and important character on the show. So he's going to be in Rhode Island Comic-Con this year. So depending how the next few months look, hopefully Comic-Cons won't be cancelled. So next up, another good question. My favorite Walking Dead character. I'm stuck between Negan and Rick Grimes. But I do gotta say Negan, though. Probably just because I met the actor. So, yeah, it's a short answer. I'd probably say Negan. But Rick Grimes would probably be a close second, I will say. Next up, where do I want to go that I haven't been yet? There's a few places I wouldn't mind going to. San Diego Comic-Con, which is the biggest, which is the father of all Comic-Cons, the OG of Comic-Cons. It's gonna be super big. It's super big up there, and I've already been to LA. So it'd also be cool to see another city in California. I also wouldn't mind seeing Seattle. I like rain personally, and I like the Space Needle. So I think that'd be kind of like a cool tourist site to see up there. I also wouldn't mind seeing Toronto. Maybe go a little bit out of the country. I'm typically a homebody, personally, but I wouldn't mind going to see, some parts of Canada. And I would probably also say Washington, D.C. Get to see the White House and the Watergate Hotel. A lot of history is up there. I think it'd be cool just to see that history. There's a lot of places, but those are like the main ones on my mind. So next up, am I a fan of anime? People have tried to get me into it. Personally, I couldn't get into it, so probably not. I probably wouldn't consider myself a fan of anime. I mean, maybe I'll give it another chance. There's just so much anime out there that I don't even know where to begin. It's people try to get me into it. I mean, some anime I thought it was okay, but I just couldn't keep up with some of the stuff. Personally, it's not for me, but maybe I'll get back into it one day. I don't know. What got me into YouTube? I'd say I guess I kind of like wanted to, I guess there's like a lot on my mind, and there isn't too many people that I personally know of who I can share. I can talk geeky stuff about, like with comic books and comic book movies and geeky stuff and pop culture. So I figured, why not use this platform to spread my thoughts out there. And, it just helps, hopefully other people have similar opinions or have different opinions. I mean, I'm just curious to what people have to say about me, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that's what really kind of got me into it. I want the platform to share my thoughts with other people. And, when this pandemic started and when we still couldn't really see people at the time, we still had to keep our social distancing and the quarantine stuff. It was hard because, there was not really many people you can go see face to face and interact with about the stuff you love and find other people who share common interests and create a dialogue with. So that's kind of what I wanted to create this platform for. So yeah, that's kind of like the short and sweet answer of it. Do I do any cosplaying? I've done a little bit. I've done Bruce Wayne. Aside from him, I don't really do a whole lot of cosplaying. I mean, I would love to get into more cosplaying, but I don't have the craftsmanship to do it. I mean, I can barely, figure out what I want to do as Bruce Wayne. I mean, I want to try to do something clever, but I kind of improvised with the resources I had. Plus, I don't really have that kind of money to buy the stuff I want to use for the cosplay. I don't have the material or the money to buy the material. I don't know how to make the costume or whatever. But I would definitely love to get into more cosplaying at some point in the future. I definitely have a couple ideas that I wouldn't mind doing. But hopefully in the future, I'll get to do more. Let's see. What is my ideal day at Comic-Con? So, it would just be, meeting celebrities, getting selfies with cosplayers and celebrities, getting autographs, definitely, from artists and writers, and buying a boatload of comics. Especially the old condition stuff, the old goodies, the Golden Age and Silver Age stuff, and especially the special kind of issues, like a first appearance or something like that. Those are always something to keep an eye out for at Comic-Cons. But, hopefully if Rhode Island is open this year, that's what my plan's gonna be. That's what's gonna be my ideal day at Comic-Con. So next up, if you could have any one superpower of any hero or villain, what would it be and why? One power. This question always stumps me because, like, there's so many abilities out there which can, contribute to the real world. There's flight. There's flying, where you don't have to worry about getting a car, and you don't have to pay for gas. It really just saves you all the trouble. Same thing with super speed. You don't have to worry about paying for gas or getting a car. You save yourself a couple $1,000 already. Strength also comes into play, depending on the kind of position you're in, depending on, if you're lifting weights, or you're doing construction or whatever. I feel like that's good. That plays an important role in the real world. The thing is, there is superheroes that have multiple powers, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say the Martian Manhunter. Because he can fly, he has pretty good strength. He can shapeshift to anything. Not just into people, but into mythical creatures and stuff like that. The laser eyes, it's a pretty cool to be a person to have more than one ability. And I feel like the Martian Manhunter has those abilities which definitely can help contribute to the real world. So that's the answer I'm going with. I'm going to say the Martian Manhunter. Let's see. Best Marvel film and why? This one always stuns me as well. It's kind of, to me, it's almost asking a parent who their favorite child is. That's what it is to me. Every movie has its pros and cons. I mean, not even just talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I'm talking about the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. There's a whole lot of movies that I enjoy. But if I had to answer, I would probably say Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Because of the, it's a little bit of everything. It's got, the comedy isn't, entirely forced. The comedy is just right. And it matches to the character of Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire always is a great Peter Parker. In my opinion, probably the best Peter Parker out there. He definitely captures that, the nerdy side of Peter and the kind of shyness and social awkwardness of Peter Parker. J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. He always kills it. To me, it's one of those movies where I kind of know by heart, where I know just about at least 75% of the dialogue and the lines and what happens. It's almost like to me, it's like knowing Mean Girls by heart. And I kind of do know that by heart. So, yeah, I would say for superhero film wise, or Marvel wise, I'd say Spider-Man 2. It's good writing. The character Peter Parker is nearly comic book accurate. I give it pretty big props to that. Alright, let's see. What else is there? Will Brady get an 8th ring? Will Tom Brady get an 8th ring? I think, depending on whatever, because he still has Mike Evans. The Buccaneers just signed Antonio Brown to another year extension. Gronk's coming back, I believe. A lot of the offensive weapons Brady had last year are coming back. So, if not this year, then maybe next season. I mean, Is it possible? I'd say absolutely. I say the odds are pretty good of Brady getting at least one more ring. Because you also got to keep in mind that Brady is getting up there. Well, not getting up there. He is up there. But anyways, I know he wants to play till he's like in his late 40s. Which, I mean, if he can, he can. You know, let him. But overall, I say if he's got the right receivers, if he's got a good offense to block for him, then I'd say he's definitely got room for one more ring before he retires. But anyway, that is all the questions for now. If you have any other questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Let me know. And I will see you all next time.